Peace, family. You know, every time I do a video talking about black people coming together, one or two things come up 100% of the time, and it addresses fear. You have a white fear and you have a black fear. I'm going to address both in this video. It was a sister that stated that she liked the thought of us coming together and doing for ourselves, but she's worried and concerned that whites are going to come and tear it down. That notion comes from fear. This is why I say I'm going to make this video specifically to her, and I hope it motivate her and anybody else that hear this message to do just that, face your fear. This is a fear that's been prevalent within our people for 500 years. This fear is holding us back, preventing us from living the lives that we were intended to live. This fear also affects white people. White people spent centuries navigating us to get to this point, controlling us, dehumanizing us, to get to this point where we don't look to ourselves for salvation, we look to our oppressor. But see, fear is a good thing. Some fears are good. Some fears stop you from doing things that could get you hurt. This is not one of them, especially when you see the benefits of not only facing your fear, but conquering it. Because see, on the other side of your fear is all the things that you want as black people. Unity, self-respect, integrity, power, control, authority, for how your people look up to you in inspiration. On this side of your fear, your vision is blurred. You're confused. You don't know which way to go. You're separated. You're not organized. And this plays right into the hands of your oppressor. And I challenge anyone that call themselves a white ally to blacks. Show me another example of a people who've been oppressed that took sections of their oppressor and made a better life for them. Show me one example of any race of people that used their enslaver, their opposer, and use them as a template to guide their people to brighter prosperity. Just show me one. You see, once we get over this fear, our vision will become clear. We'll see things as they should have been. We'll have control over our schools. So we can see how we can educate our own children. We can build our own independent means to sustain our own way of life, define our interpretation of business. We can govern ourselves, create laws and legislation to protect and grow our own prosperity. There's no white ally that's alive today that's going to push you in this direction. There's no white ally that's going to sit up here and systemically undo all the social, economic, political damage they did to our people. You see, when you on this side of fear, where you looking to your enemy for help, when you want to unite with your enemy, you're looking through the vision of a broken people. Do you know how desperate you have to be to be enslaved for 300 years, Jim Crowed for another 100 years, mass incarcerated? Every time you turn around, they're doing something, and you still clinging to white people? This makes no sense. But when you face your fear and you conquer that fear, it opens up a world of possibility that you can see and realize yourself. The respect, the dignity of your brothers and sisters. the love, the unity, the camaraderie, all the things that we do not have today is right on the other side of this fear. And just to be clear, this fear is not just selective. Just about every black person has it. Even I have it. But I know what I gain far outsees the fear that I have. I know facing this fear and conquering it, I'm gonna reap more rewards on the other side than I ever would on this side. You can have fear. Fear is fine. But have the courage to face your fear. Have the courage to conquer your fear. Don't just fight fear and say, well, I gave it my best shot. I fight fear with the intention of conquering it and showing my people that it can be defeated. And then knowing that my brothers and my sisters are right there at my side. And then once we do that and create our own independent community, that will become a beacon. And our other brothers and sisters who still live with that fear can see the prosperity that we're experiencing now. And that will encourage them to come and join us. There's no sense in staying and on this side of fear where you trying to ally yourselves with your own oppressor. Fearful because if you ever let their hand go and try to build for yourselves, these same people that's talking about we in this together, segregation is bad, no, they suffering too. They suffering because they built a system that they can't even manage their own way of life and be satisfied. So if they're not happy with their government, if they're not happy with their economics, then how can we be happy with it? We have seen legislation, laws, everything passed and done to address the needs of black people, and we are living in that reality right now today. And we see that white people are just totally incapable of properly addressing the needs and concerns of black people. And we are letting this fear keep us in the position to have these people decide how we are educated, how we are fed, how we are governed, how we are employed, promoted, celebrated. This is absolutely ridiculous. And all because of fear that comes in and keep us separated, keep us from uniting, keep us from organizing. Who would you want to have decisions over how your children are educated, how your people are fed, how your health is provided for, how you are governed over? Look at the example that you have right now. If that's not motivation to create a system for yourselves, I don't know what is. They are literally trying to vote Donald Trump back into office. If that doesn't show you how ridiculous this system is, I don't know. I don't know what else we can be in a society where we govern ourselves. Every level of success will be our image, where our children can look up to and be inspired to grow up and emulate that. And then they will take it and make it better for themselves and for their children. But before we can realize this possibility, we have got to face this fear and conquer it. And I want you to know, sister, that you will not face this fear alone. I promise you. We get to this point, I'm going to be right there along your side. We're going to do this together. And a lot of your brothers and sisters will be right there too. None of us will do this alone. And the reason why, because none of us can do it alone.